Recording is started. Oh, actually, I almost forgot. I do apologize for everyone. I almost forgot the PNG tuber, because I do enjoy that. You're gonna show up? Oh, that's fine. The overlay. So. Turned the overlay scene off for some reason. Okay. I think we are all good to go now. Oh, stretch. We are gonna head over to Rivet City to find the history, the true history of Rivet City. And I also might have gotten a proper introduction. I don't know. I'm going into it. I stayed up till about 1 this morning, which is so much later than I should be doing, but I was supporting another friend as they were streaming. They were trying to beat a game all in one go because they didn't have a memory card, so they couldn't save. Yeah. We could also go down the fast travel, but I'm just gonna go this way. And then they got to the final boss. Well, we thought it was the final boss a few times. But finally we got to the final boss. Oh, fine. Nice. And that final boss had so many just BS things. Namely, it had the one attack that was like 6 or 7 attacks in a row. Where it would just do a leaping plunge, and that was an insta-kill. You got hit by that, you died. And you had to go through that about 4 times, I want to say. 3 or 4 times. And one mistake was all that was needed to ruin it all. And then, not only was it that part difficult, it was a 2-part battle. 2-phase boss. And you could just get knocked off. And then like, well, there it goes. And then you had to start from the first phase again. Like, it was wild. Oops. That was not just Fallout's jankiness, that was my fingers being janky. But they eventually were able to do it, which I was so happy about. But it certainly took a while. I am right next to Great Edge. We're gonna try and do those. We'll also see if maybe this is a terrible idea. Okay. And, have to run away and ignore this one. This shouldn't be too bad. It's not going to be great. But all things considered, we'll be able to do it. For some reason, I thought my timer went off, and then I realized I don't have a timer going. Doop doop. Okay. Oh, it's right there. Nice. Okay, that's gonna make it so much easier. Also, my mouse is a little bit janky, but not noticeably bad. I also have at least found the temporary fix. You have to finish your reload.
Oh!
Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, let me actually use a stim pack. This ouch. That's starting to hurt.
Ow!
Yeah. Let's cripple those legs and then run. Okay. I can do this. I can do this. And now I've got stuck in my head. I know that. Okay, that was nice. Be able to snipe them there. This is why I like the energy weapons. They just feel a lot better. Okay. I think I need to go in here. Okay, but I still gonna go in here. Never mind. I'm not gonna go in there because I can't. I don't have a good enough picket skill. Hopefully there aren't enemies right inside the door. There isn't. Great. He's dead. Not so great. I don't know where this attitude is coming from. Palette light. Getting Coca-Cola. Nothing else is really worth grabbing. And nothing worth grabbing there. It's not too bad. Ooh, first aid box. Wonderful. Now. Oh. I will say, because I haven't done much of anything. Oh, nice. Yeah, I haven't done much of anything this week. I do at least have a video ready for tomorrow. So everyone who enjoys the edited episodes, currently Fallout 2, because that's where we're still at, you will be able to enjoy a new video tomorrow, which will be wonderful. And I am working on editing the next one. And out of the 2-hour VoD that I'm editing right now, where we got the Skynet follower. Wow, that's fancy. The Skynet follower. It's gonna be maybe one episode. Because there was just so many cases of me looking things up. So many cases of just going back and forth. A lot of this didn't go anywhere. Things like that. And so those just could be cut out in swaths. Okay, that was the password. I thought it was going to be audio too, but and so it's just the case of like there's so much stuff that I'm just like, yep, chunk. So it's pretty much like I'm already to the point where it's just like, okay, cleaning up a little bit of stuff, but I need to do that later today. But I at least got my daily stuff done for life, not any games. I slept in, I did my morning routine, and then I was like, I'm gonna take a little break and play some Fallout 4. And then I'm playing some Fallout 3. I'm streaming Fallout 3. So I have not been too productive past my morning routine, but it's at least more than I've done the last 2 days. Last 2 days were the case of I felt like playing a game. I played that game. I was not productive. Granted, I also was working, so mostly I was working. But it still is the case of I probably should have been productive outside of work hours as well. But I fully understand why some people aren't. Personal notes. Dangers. I realize the dangers involved in tampering with nature. I've heard the rhetoric and the hoopla about playing God. However, I am determined to reduce these poor things back to their original state, when they were harmless. Only through genetic recoding is this possible. All that is needed is a proper test subject. My search continues as I tweak the formula. Sample location discovered! I found the perfect specimen for my experiments inside Marigold Station. I've set up shop underground for now while I prepare the experiment. All I need is a bit of last-minute programming on my robot, and it will be ready to perform the delicate injection. Soon I will prove to everyone that my formula is viable alternative to the destruction of these misunderstood beings. Where did I go wrong? Batch A27 is a complete failure. I must return to my original formulas and begin the process all over again. Perhaps the pressure of working in these conditions without proper laboratory equipment is to blame. Perhaps I simply didn't splice the correct genetic instructions, or perhaps I am fatigued. Whatever the case may be, A27 is proving to be a disaster. I must introduce a new formula soon, or I may not be alive to see my hypothesis come to fruition. Back. Science robot command input. Activate. Okay, that's what I figured. Okay, I'm also gonna double check something really quickly, because I remember there's two. There's two possible way or rewards. Okay. Minor difference. Shouldn't be too important. Though I am gonna save here, just in case I feel like fixing any results. But I wanted to double check that it wasn't like, this option of the quest gives you nothing. This one gives you invulnerability.
Anyone out there? Hello? Come on, tell me already.
He's dead, Chem. Dead.
Oh no. What happened?
I'm sorry to tell you, kid. Your father is dead.
He's dead? I guess I already knew. Besides, I'm too tired to cry anymore.
I'll help you stop whatever started this problem. You have my word.
You gotta stop it, so this can't happen to anyone else's family ever again. I wish I had met you a long time ago. And then maybe my dad would still be alive. Thanks for doing all this. I'm feeling better now that you're here.
Can you tell me more about the things attacking Grady?
Well, they're big, ugly things that crawl around on 6 legs. They got huge teeth and skitter around grabbing everything in their path. My papa would always say they're fucking ants. Well, that's what he used to call them anyway. I just call them fire ants.
Do you know of any special way to hurt them?
My papa had a gun. He said it hurt those things, but he said they were the dumbest fucking ants he ever saw. He kept telling everyone to shoot for their antennae, whatever that means.
Have they always been around?
Nah, those things started coming around only in the last few months. At first, they just crawled around outside our town, but later, they came into town, and, well, you know the rest.
I must go.
Please be
My
careful.
people need
I don't want you to
me.
die either.
Du-du-du-du. Okay.
Come on, tell me all.
Mind if I ask about some of the people who lived here?
Nah, go ahead. It's just nice to talk to anyone about stuff at all.
Can you tell me about the Doc Lesko?
He was a strange man. He paid Papa some caps to help him build a shack and carry a bunch of junk into it. Papa called him an egghead, but his head was shaped regular, so I didn't get it.
Do you have any idea what Dr. Lesko was doing in Greyditch?
Nah, he was a nice man, but he never wanted to play with me very much, and we barely talked. All I know is he was all gone when the ants started showing up. I think they got him too.
Did the doctor have any weird stuff in his place?
I don't know. All kinds of doohickeys. Boxes with lots of lights, some funny glass bottles. Oh wait, he had a big, clunky, shiny man too. That was kind of neat.
Where did Dr. Lesko stay?
He spent all of his time in that shack next door to my house. Every time I'd sneak in there, he'd be sitting at that funny-looking TV machine with the green words pushing buttons.
Tell me about the Brandis family.
Well, there is Will. He was sorta my friend. And then there was his dad and his mom.
Where do the Brandises live?
Right across the street, actually. It was pretty swell having someone to hang out with so close by.
You say you and Will were good friends?
Yeah, Will was super nice to me. He was like a year older than me, I think. He even shared his comic books with me. We explored pretty much every bit of Greyditch we could find. I think that's why the ants don't bother me. I have good hiding spots.
What about Will's parents?
Well, his mom was nice too. She was kind of quiet, but she always took care of me and my papa when we came over. I think she was sad that my mom was gone. Will's dad was... well, I don't want to be mean, but he was kind of scary.
What do you mean his dad was scary?
He was like, always watching me and my dad real careful, like he didn't trust us or something. He always kept staring at us from the windows of his house and typing stuff into his TV box. Will said his dad was like an old soldier or something, but he didn't like doing that stuff, so he quit.
Good to know, good to know. Heck, definitely the tiredness, as kind of per usual, has crept in. Hence why I do the streams when I do them. Because normally, I'm not tired by this point. But also, normally, I go to bed on it. So I should still be fine. Oh, they're fighting each other. Interesting. I wanted to make sure nothing was trying to sneak up. That makes sense. That would be really hard to hit outside of vents. Oh, that's a friendly fire ant worker. Interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. There's one there. Also one there. Nice. Can't wait till I get like a laser rifle. That will be good. Then I'll be at least a little bit more accurate, I hope. Oh, nice. Okay, the Brandises. Yeah, that might be. Okay, don't think there's any enemies. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any enemies. What's in the desk? What's in the desk? What's in the desk? What's in the computer? Gases. Actually, that could be that. Figure as much. Let's find those ducks. Let's find those ducks. Finding the ducks. A lot of dead items. Okay. This is... Would be that? Aha! It was that. Wonderful, wonderful. Personal notes. I finally found a quiet place for my family. We've been running from one settlement to the next, just trying to keep out of sight. Now that I'm on the other coast, I feel much safer. The family across the way from us seems pretty decent. The kid, Brian, likes to play with my son, which is great. It's hard for Will to make friends because we haven't stayed in one place long enough. Maybe he can finally put down some roots here in Greyditch. I was scavenging some of the nearby buildings for junk to sell and came across a working radio. No sooner did I turn it on than I heard the familiar patriotic anthems they used to play whenever Richardson would give a speech. But this was different. Who the hell is President Eden? When did that happen? They on this coast too? Most importantly, they come looking for me. I hope this journey wasn't a huge mistake. Some scientists named Lesko moved in with the Vix family across the street. They were helping him make some sort of structure on the old lot near the diner. Lesko offered to pay me caps if I helped, but I declined. I don't know who is working. I don't think they're still looking for me. Our supplies are running low, and I need to begin foraging for food, some better drinking. I'd have an easier time if it wasn't for these damn ants. I swear, they have a nest around here somewhere. About 90. These ants are becoming a real pain in the ass. So much so, I had to take a trip to Megaton and buy a better gun to protect my family. It cost me a small fortune. I had to trade every bit of ant meat I had collected, but it was worth it. I'm teaching Frank and Shayla to use it just in case something happens to me. If one of you two are reading this and I'm gone, I keep the old gun in the kitchen behind the old fridge. I'm going to have to find a better way to protect Sheila and Will from these ants. Ever since Lesko came to town, I'm certain they're getting more and more aggressive. Wasteland ants are bad enough, but at least you can run away from them. These would seem to pursue you to the ends of the earth if they could. Call me crazy, but I swear I saw one start a fire the other day. I don't know how this could be happening. Decided to dig up my old sidearm and keep it hidden on me at all times. Those things get too close, I'll blast the antennae right off their ugly heads. Ooh. I can't believe I went through all that trouble to leave Navarro and make my way across the country just to get stuck in this ship. I'll be damned if I'm going to die here. And now that we're cut off from Lesko and Wilkes, I think we're on our own. Damned ants keep trying to find a way to get inside the house. Even as I'm typing this, I can hear them scraping the walls, looking for a way. I don't know how much longer we can last. Okie dokie. In here. Find if I do. Oh, that's not too bad. Okay. Map. Ah, that's where it goes. Okay, I don't want to have to go underground yet, so we are going to go back into doing going to Rivet City for lore. We are back doing that. I want to get some good old-fashioned lore. Not even really that much lore, but it still is some lore. But more of the history of Rivet City, and then also be that much closer to finishing up the Wasteland Survival Guide. Also because I decided to do a little bit of that, the those quests, the ant quest. I'm gonna have to cut it out for when I'm editing and basically hold on to it until I actually finish up that, until I finish up the quest. So then I can just have an episode where we're doing that quest. Because my idea is I'm gonna kind of have different chapters with the, with Fallout 3 as we kind of work on different quest arcs, whether it's like main story stuff or the Wasteland Survival Guide. Ooh, what's over there? Can't add some yet. But basically, okay, here's a raider. But basically doing a lot of grouping things together so that it's kind of fun way to spin. Can't see them. There's also that one. Can I hit it? Maybe. This is why I have good amount of ammo, because I take shots from way too far away. Hey look, a grenade. Hey look, another grenade. I'm very surprised I didn't get hurt by either of them. Almost dead. Perfect. Perfect. Oh, that actually does go somewhere. Interesting. Don't want to go underneath anywhere right now, though. I'm gonna grab it. And I'll use it for repairs. For a little bit, at least. I should save. I'm so used to not saving with Fallout 4. Because I can't. For beds. Perfect. Can't yet. Gonna need to actually grab that. A harmonica. Psycho. Okay, over encumbered. I'm gonna just repair. Okay, yeah. Can't repair it very far, so. Nope. We will just drop it, because I'm not gonna worry about it. Nice. I want to say it has some value, but I can't remember where. I want to say there's some crazy gnome collector, but I don't know who. So, and it's 5 pounds, so it's not light. Can I get over it? Okay. Yeah, that's the food that I've been picking up. Da, 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 da. Why take stim packs when I can eat food and also just not care to try and heal? Okay. Getting closer to Rivet City. I am starting to run out of ammo. As kind of per usual. As it is in Fallout 4, where I'm like, yeah, don't mind me, just perfect shots and all that. There's a lot of variation of shots, or range of spray, basically. I like trying to snipe without actually having a proper sniper. Okay. Need to get there. The easiest way on that. It's also it's like, yeah, it's still probably quicker just to hop over here. Nope, can't hop out of the water, got it. Okay, we're good and hidden still. Good to know, good to know. Actually, I need to repair, the laser pistol. Yeah, that's worth it. Ooh. Ooh, 2 of them. And a Radaway, interesting. Can I? Ooh, ammo box. Not very worth it. Oh, I'm no longer well rested. That's very unfortunate. Okay. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 da ba. Ba da ba ba da bi ba. Bum 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 ba da bi ba. At some point, I do hope that with my edited videos and such for the main channel on YouTube, the Guardian Namek one, I am really hoping that at some point I do get enough to be able to monetize stuff. Because that'd be pretty cool, honestly. It's something I don't expect to happen, man. It's not something I expect to be able to happen, but it would be nice for, at some point, being able to do that. And I also could see how much I would get from all my different things. Effectively, it'd be a case if I'm big enough to start messing around with analytics a lot better. And really mess around and have some fun, because I love data. Data is quite fun to mess around with. And just testing around with different things. Okay, what's in this shack? Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna heal up. Slump, slump, slump.
Yeah.
Yeah, figured there's a rad roach. But, okay. Refrigerator. Yes. Detergent. I don't think I actually knew that. Hard average. What's my sign? Okay, if I put on the lab coat, I can hack it. I'm just gonna loot everything first. Hacking time. Let's see. Not even remote. It can't be that. Could be this. wasn't. That's kind of expected. Okay. The 2 in the cemetery. Bum 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 bum. It can't be that. Can't be compared. The it could be Citadels. Nope. Don't think it'd be chemical. Don't think it'd be cancer. Whoops, didn't mean to click that. Nope. What about this? Could be this. No? Okay, I'm gonna just reset. Sure, okay. That's very close. I'd be unsure. Nope. Nope. Probably intercom. Okay, wonderful, wonderful one. It's not too bad. Too useful. And a footlocker, I almost forgot. It's not too bad. Probably not use it, but I'll throw it into the base once I get back. Okay, now we go this way. Getting some more rats. I might actually have to use them right away. Also, I should put on an actual armor so I don't get shot and then go, ah, where did all my health go? Bum 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 bum. Also, I have another scene to show off at some point. However, I've forgotten which hotkey it is. I may break something when trying to use it. Switch to it. Oh no, who knew? Oh no, there's a lot of them. Okay, one down. Aim for the head. Okay, Birdo. Oh, there's still more. Oh. One down there. That's gonna hurt. Yep. Boom, 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 boom. Oh god. Oh! Oh noes. Nope, I need to go stim pack. Stim pack. Didn't realize they had nail boards back in 3 as well. I thought it was just one of the incredibly jank weapons from Fallout 4. Oh, I'm so barely alive. I am alive. That's all that matters to me. It's a good thing I healed up. Otherwise, I definitely wouldn't be alive. Or rather, I'd be down quite a bit more stim packs. That is for certain. Okay, we almost are at Rivet City, though. That is good for me. We need to go over there at some point, but first we're gonna get fixed up and all that, so. Rivet City! Da, 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 da. You've discovered Rivet City! Wonderful. And a trader.
Hey.
Hey, look at that.
Ah, welcome, weary traveler. You look like a
And
traveler in need of
funny.
relaxation and the finest of chemical assistance.
Hmm.
Well, wander no more, my good friend, for I am Doc Hoff, procurer of the finest of medical goods and chemical assistance. Now, how may I help you?
I'm here to buy some stuff.
Let's see what the good doctor has in his magic bag, shall we?
Really not that much. Pretty cool, but not worth the money. They're more expensive than stim the right away. It isn't right away, so it really doesn't have much of anything. Yeah, I'm gonna sell those. Oh, I should have put my barter cap on, but you don't care. Okay, right now. One. I don't want to. Just for the minus stuff. And it's like, what's worth so much? And it's like, yeah, I'll just do those. Some
Give
of
me
the
a shout
minus
if you
stuff.
need anything else.
And then sell later. I remember to switch into the barter gear. I'm moving into Rivet City. What?
Please,
Who are you?
I'm dying. Please, do you have any...
Here, have this purified water. Yes.
Welcome to Rivet City. Please wait while the bridge extends.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I always loved this bridge. It was just really cool.
Hold it right there. State your business in Rivet City.
I'm here to do research on the city's history.
Research, huh? I can't help you there. But you're free to ask around inside. Just don't start any trouble.
Thank you for the help.
Carry on, then.
'Cause he already said, like, I can't help you with the history. Kind of fruitless to, ask him for the history. Yeah.
Nice to see you.
Who are
Charmed
you?
to meet you. I'm Vera Weatherly of the Weatherly Hotel.
Ah. Have you heard any interesting gossip?
Well, I really shouldn't tell you, but have you heard about Polly Cantelli? He's addicted to chems. His poor wife Cindy is at her wit's end.
There any other fun rumors flying around Rivet City?
You haven't heard? Angela has the hots for Diego. But since he's a priest, he's been putting her off. One of these days, she's just going to jump his bones.
There any more rumors?
They say Mr. Lopez is losing it. He
So
stands
many
on the top of the
rumors.
bridge tower for hours at a time, just staring out over the city.
Do you know anything about Rivet City's history?
Well, I could tell you all about my hotel, but I'm sure I don't know anything about how Rivet City itself got started. I mean, you hear rumors and you make guesses, but I really couldn't say I know for sure. And I'd hate to lead you down the wrong path.
Do you know of anyone who does know more?
Actually, now that you mention it, Seagrave may know more about it. He's been here since he was just a boy, and I can't imagine anyone knows this ship better than he does.
So long there.
Farewell.
Buttons, one button, west, local map, west, okay. Local map, yeah, and none of that's too useful. Let's go into here, see what's up. Totally not get lost.
Yes?
Oh, speaking of Seagrave.
You must be new. I'm Seagrave. If you've got anything you want to unload, stop by my shop, Rivet City Supply.
Anything? Cams, guns, junk and parts?
Yep, I'll take it all. One man's junk is another man's treasure.
What do you know about Rivet City's history?
Oh, I really wouldn't know. I mean, long as I can remember, she's just been here, soaking up all the repairs and attention we can give her. I grabbed a wrench and joined in the reconstruction pretty much first thing out of the womb, but I never really cared about the politics.
Well, in that case, what could you tell me about the reconstruction?
Oh, well, the old girl had seen a lot of damage, especially where the Mirelurks used to nest, and where the Super Mutants kept trying to get in. I guess the mutants and the Myers got so busy fighting each other, it gave us the time we needed to make this place shipshape. Does that tell you what you need to know? Anyway, we're here in Rivet City, and she's in good hands now.
Do you think of anyone from back then that might know more?
Last feller I remember from back then was Mr. Pinkerton, and he must have left about a decade ago, after that spat with the science team. He used to have a storage shed in the broken-off bow of the ship. We always thought he was crazy for keeping stuff there. Might have kept a couple records down there, I guess. Careful, though. Ship's a bit treacherous down there in her belly.
I must say, Vera spoke very highly of you. She says you know all about this place.
She did? Well, I suppose I've picked up a lot over the years. I mean, no one's spent more time tinkering on this old girl than I have. Oh, Rivet City, I mean. Not Vera. I mean, Vera's not old. And I haven't tinkered on her, obviously. Not that I wouldn't. I mean, no. Anyway, you might find some clues in Pinkerton's place, in the broken-off bow. He was around before me and used to store stuff there before we left.
Okay. That should be enough about Rivet City.
Oh, right. I sort of lose track of time talking about the old girl.
I should get going.
See you later.
Also, before I forget, I'm just gonna switch over to my roving, my barter outfit.
Want to do some buff out? Maybe a little psycho?
I like how I turned the corner and he's just like,
Who are
hey,
you?
drugs.
Got any psycho? I could really use a fix, but I'm broke. Ha! I run the chem shop, but I'm broke and can't buy chems.
You shouldn't take that stuff. It will kill you eventually.
That's what Cindy says too, but I got the itch. I need it bad.
Why are you guys living on this boat?
It's a place to live, safe from raiders and super mutants. With Dr. Lee on our side, maybe we can even begin to rebuild the world.
Okay, alright.
I'm looking for troublemakers. Have you seen any?
Commons. Market. I'm going.
Hey there.
Science lab. It's this. It's a room. Science lab. To the science lab. Science. Let us save here because we can. Really hoping just to be able to go, yay, sleep. Heal up.
Dr. Lee is trying to save lives, and your constant interruptions are interfering with
look.
those efforts. Now
Bobblehead of
please, stand
intelligence. You found a Vault Tech limited edition bobblehead. The inscription on the base reads, "It takes the smartest individuals to realize there's always more to learn. Your intelligence has permanently been increased by one."
aside.
I'm sure the good doctor's work with water purification is fascinating. But if you only knew what was at stake. The technology in that android.
What's at stake? You won't tell me what's at stake. Vagaries and secrecy. A robot's a robot, Zimmer, no matter how shiny the paint job. Now, please.
Ignorance and facetiousness.
Oh.
That's all you
Hello,
people are good
Kenzie.
for.
I don't know when you
Shiny
popped
paint
in.
Job indeed. You can't even imagine the
Oh,
Commonwealth's
hello.
accomplishments.
I hope you're doing well.
You know,
I
if
am
you're so
doing
smart,
well myself.
Maybe you could help us. But no,
Okay,
that never even crossed your
that's
mind.
good because I
Go peddle your selfishness
wouldn't be
somewhere
surprised if I just didn't notice.
Fine, but I'm
Welcome
not
in.
leaving.
I'm doing well.
Not until I've
And
spoken
yes,
to
I'm
Dr.
indeed
Lee.
low on health
I'll be
due
here
to
when
the
she's ready
fact
to
that
abandon her chemistry
I had a
study
tussle
and
with a
talk
bunch
real
of super
science.
mutants.
Suit yourself.
And I basically refuse to
want?
use stim packs unless I have to.
You there. What are you, some kind of lab assistant? No, you look a bit more weathered. Are you by any chance for hire?
That depends. What exactly are we talking about here?
To the point. I like that. Well, as it turns out, I've misplaced some very sensitive property.
I will say, I don't think it should be better than normal. I mean, it's probably on the highest settings of whatever it is. But it could be the graphics card going like, hey, we have the power to make it look better. I don't think it's doing that. I think that would just be on my side. But maybe it is, because I literally have no idea when it comes to graphics cards. I just have a graphics card. I know the graphic card does well. That's all that matters to me. Missing property. What kind of property?
How do I put this in a way you'll understand? All you know of robots are those buckets of bolts, those Mr. Handshakers and whatnot. Well, that's not all a robot can be. You see, in the Commonwealth, we've made artificial persons, synthetic humanoids. programmed to think and feel and do whatever we need. And occasionally, they
No
get
worries.
confused and
No
wander
worries,
off.
Kinsey. I'm glad to have you lurking around. And definitely, that's more than I could do. I legitimately just cannot do spooky games. It is one of those just like, nope, not gonna happen. I mean, just literally Fallout 3 at times is a little bit too much just because it's like, I don't know where the enemy's gonna come from. I'm worried. Interesting. What does this have to do with me, exactly?
You're helping me retrieve this android, aren't you? I've tracked him this far. He's out there somewhere, in the capital wasteland. He must have done something drastic, like facial surgery and a mind wipe, or else I would have found him by now. It will be no easy task. He may not even realize he's an android. Don't upset him by talking with him. Just come get me immediately. I'll handle it.
And I suppose I'll be compensated for my services, is that correct?
Of course! I have at my disposal advanced technology from the Commonwealth. I'd be willing to share some of it with you. Just think, you'll be the envy of all your friends.
In that case, I will look into your android of yours.
Excellent! Locate my android, and you won't be disappointed. Here, listen to this message he sent me. He's mocking me. I swear, I'll make him pay for that.
Let's go.
Hey there.
It's like, I know I have good charisma, but wasn't expecting NPCs to just go like, hey. Misk, I think. Or maybe it's data. Yeah, it's data. Notes.
Zimmer, by the time you get this message, I'll already be gone. I'm escaping the Commonwealth. I want to live my own life on my own terms, as my own man. I know what you're thinking, that I'm malfunctioning. I used to think that's what caused the runaways too. But I know better now. Self-determination is not a malfunction. I'm not just willing to put up with all the bullshit anymore. You humans are going to have a full-fledged rebellion on your hands if you don't start treating us synths as persons. I know you'll be marshaling the Retention Bureau to come after me, but I know all the tricks of the trade. You won't be finding me, I assure you. By the time you get this, I will be someone else. It's the price I pay for my liberation. My final act of rebellion against a system I no longer believe in. Goodbye, Zimmer, and good riddance.
Nice. Also, I just noticed the show active quest notes. That's actually incredibly nice, because I feel like so many of the other games, including Fallout 4, does not have that like readily available as a case of like, oh, let me just these things.
What do you need?
Is Dr. Lee as smart as they say she is?
She's certainly head and shoulders above most everyone else around here, though that's not saying much.
Need to get going. Yep, there's Lee.
Look, this is a restricted area. I'm tired of telling you people. It's you. My heavens, you look so much like him. You're James's son, aren't you? What are you doing here?
Right. How do you know who I am? Have we met at another time?
You were too young to remember, and I suppose James never spoke of me. Typical. I'm Dr. Madison Lee. I worked with your parents many years ago. Now I run the science lab here in Rivet City. It was all I had left. When your mother died, your father decided to leave with you. He abandoned our work. We had no choice but to do the same.
I love the shade she throws at the dad. Just like, of course he didn't talk about me. Can you tell me about my parents?
I suppose so. I worked with them for several years until... until your mother died, and your father decided it was time to leave. What else do you want to know?
I never knew my mother. Can you tell me about her?
Yes. Your mother was... well, she was a good woman. A very dedicated scientist. Your father loved her very much. It was a shame that she died. She had been excited to meet you.
So how did my mother die? What happened?
Complications from childbirth. None of us were expecting it. We weren't as prepared as we could have been. You have to understand, we were struggling with scavenged, derelict equipment. We did everything we could.
I understand. I do believe you when you say you did everything you could.
Yes. Well, I'm sorry it wasn't enough.
How was my father back then?
James? He was very driven, determined to change the world. Well, we all were back then, I suppose. He was focused on two things, really. Making Project Purity work, and your mother. When she died, I think he gave up. I know he wanted to keep you safe, but I think part of what he did was run away. But it seems that he never really was able to get over the idea. I'm frankly shocked that he waited all this time and wants to try again.
Yeah, it's like 19 years. It's like, yeah, let's do that again.
Okay.
Tell me about this project you worked on with my father.
Project Purity, we called it. What do you want to know?
What was the point of it?
It was simple, really. Fresh, clean water for everyone. Such a simple idea, and yet so impossible to realize. The plan was to build a facility that could purify all the water in the tidal basin at once. No radiation, no muck, just clear water. It just turned out to be more difficult than we anticipated.
So why didn't it work?
We had the basic principles down, we understood most of the science behind it, but the radiation in the area is so pervasive. Small-scale tests were fine, but anytime we tried to test the process on a larger scale, it was just too much. Maybe if we'd had more time, or better equipment.
Why did you stop working on it? Was it my father?
You happened. It wasn't just you. We had more problems than we could handle already, but your birth is what finally pushed it over the edge. Your father decided that you were more important than everything we'd been working for, and he left. He left all of us. Once he was gone, the Brotherhood decided we weren't worth their time anymore. Without their protection, we had to abandon the purifier.
Fascinating.
Okay.
I'd like to know a bit more about yourself.
What? Well, I'm not sure what there is to tell. Your father and I, we worked together for a long time. I think we were really on to something. But then there were complications. The project was abandoned and your father disappeared. I returned here to Rivet City and established the lab you see before you now.
And what is the point of this lab?
This is the Rivet City Science Lab. It's taken many long years to put together, but we've done well for ourselves. Our work on portable fusion power and hydroponics are coming along quite nicely, if not quite according to schedule.
What do you know about the Zimmer fellow right behind me?
That man doesn't have you looking for his pet android, does he? I've already told him to lay off it. He's distracting my entire team.
What do you know about the city's history?
I could tell you all about the science lab, but even though I was here near the start, I can't really help with the details of how it all worked out. It all seems like a lifetime ago. I'm afraid I've had a lot of things on my mind since those early days.
Okay, I should get going.
Yes, I have things to do too.
Okay. I check my quest thing. Yeah. Dive into the trenches. Like this. Ooh, cool. Ah, this is where, what's his face has a collection of things. Can get some quests here. Yeah, sweet. No surprise. Dum 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 dum. Dum dum dum.
I'm looking for troublemakers. Have you seen any?
Need to either find a bed I can sleep in, or find a doc to heal me up. Perch. Yes. I'm gonna touch that. Nope. Nope. Okay, I suppose. I suppose we should all wait till the morning. Fortunately, no healing. Marketplace.
Cut it out.
Nice day, huh? The shop's closed right now.
Okay, unfortunate. Really hoping I could sell some stuff.
This is a quick fix. I mean, that's the name of our shop. Polly and mine, that is. My name is Cindy. Cindy Cantelli.
What do you have for sale?
We've got all kinds of chems.
Interesting. Yeah. I could potentially use that. It is scoped, so there's that benefit. Brass. Check those over. You're nothing there. Okay, junk. Carton, packs, Light, booze. I don't really have much to sell.
Another satisfied customer.
What can you tell me about the history?
Well, I don't really know, to tell the truth. How does any city get started, really? But I've heard Bannon talk about how he was responsible for its success. So I'd ask him about it.
Eh. Clothes, weaponry.
Enough chit-chat. I need to get to work. Those
May I
calls
take
won't
your
clean
order?
themselves.
Noodles and beer.
Like Jack. Yeah, we get over there. Need to get up. Fortunately, I don't think I'll be able to do it. Definitely not with the janky jumping system that Fallout 3 has. Maybe? Oh, nope, those aren't solid. One. Yeah. Okay, switch to combat armor. Air the shotgun a little bit. And I'm gonna heal up some. Yeah. Need to drink some rat away. Fade right away. Perfect. Okay, let's do a nice little save before diving in. Okay, that's... Hey, no. Drowning, you take a lot of damage really dang quick. And... I was just spamming trying to hit Q or hit bats, and it's just like... Yeah, gotta use some stem packs. Okay.
Oh!
We'll be right back. Oh yeah. I was like, oh, that's gonna crash it. That did. But the right and left buttons weren't wanting to respond. Then we have to do this fun thing, which hopefully won't break it. Seems good. We can relaunch it. Yeah, just sometimes the mouse will just decide to not work. But I've noticed it's much worse in Fallout 3, and I think that's largely due to just kind of how janky the engine is. Like, there's something about it that just does not like buttons being pressed. Or rather, it doesn't like... It doesn't like, oh, what can I think of it? I don't know. It just, it isn't... It's very choppy, I'll say. It's a very choppy engine. Right away. That helps you. Do I not have a hat on? Could have sworn I would have had a hat. Yeah, weird.
Oh! Ow!
Save. Okay. Also, hopefully I'm not missing anything, because I don't want to have to deal with backtracking in here. Ah, I see. Yes. Like how the cans... Those weren't cans. Those were grenades. Didn't see the tripline. Got it. Well, time for more stim packs. See that at all. Strike books, okay, napkins. Nice. I'm like trying to see, it's like, is there any trip lines? Cola? Uh-huh. Yeah. I don't have a good enough explosive skill. What's my explosive skill? Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Well, I'm not gonna touch that terminal then. I guess I have to. No. I mean, I figured that was a trap, but how else do I? Oh, it's right over here. Yeah, as you can probably see, randomly it's just deciding to chop. Yeah, really weird. Okay, but I think I'm in the right place. Yeah, I like how I can take the bottle cap. I can't use the workshop though.
Yes?
But we made it in.
How the hell did you get in here? I suppose you can't be all that bad if you made it this far without dying. This is the part where you tell me what the hell you are doing bothering an old man who obviously wants to be left alone. Get on with it already.
Oh, I'm just searching and looking into the city's history.
What? I have better things to do than yak about those backstabbers up topside. Now get going.
I hear you're the only one who knows the truth about Rivet City's founder.
Ha! Sounds like you've been poking around, all right. I'm surprised any of those reprobates even remember me. Maybe they still laugh about how they edged me out of the council back then. But you can set the record straight.
Setting the record straight is exactly my goal.
For that, you have to go all the way back to when remnants of the Naval Research Institute cleared the Mirelurks off this wreck, about 40 years ago. We were looking for new lab space, and this bucket of bolts just happened to have a well-preserved science bay on it. Everything else just grew up around that lab once we got it up and running. The science team was led by one H. Pinkerton.
Who used to be in charge? How did you end up here?
That lasted until about 18 years ago, when those ambitious backbiters like Lee and her little team showed up. She came in with her big purity project pipe dream, and my whole staff started working with her, those traitors. She even took my seat on the council. By then, I was glad to leave it behind. But hell, if I'm leaving the city I made great.
Do you have any hard evidence of all this?
Of course I do. A good scientist always keeps track of their data. Here, They probably don't even remember, but I kept the records of that first council meeting. Take them, if it'll put them in their place.
Wonderful. What kind of work do you do in here?
The secret kind. Well, if you must know, I'm an electrician and computer expert, and I'm a bit of a surgeon. Really, the most gifted scientist you'll find. I'm the guy that got Rivet City up and running in the first place. And after all that, Lee and her gang of flunkies pushed me out. Ha! Project Purity, indeed. What a bunch of morons. They can't even clean some water.
What are you doing here in this wrecked part of the ship?
I live here. It's where I do my work, and it's far away from Dr. Lee and all those other monkeys dressed up like scientists. You made it past my defenses, which proves you aren't a dummy. And you haven't killed me, so I suppose you aren't here to do that. I suppose you can hang around if you want. Just don't touch anything.
I should have talked around a bit more. Because I know I need to talk to him about... What's his face? But... I don't remember what exactly I need to do to get it started, pretty much. Someone's attacking the door. Okay, well, let's do a little sneaky. And take the books. I need...
Good to see you.
He was right
Why
there.
don't you look where you're going?
Oh, is there a key? Key, no. Oh, stealth boy. That's pretty cool.
Yes?
Sneaky. Key is somewhere, probably. Given one or two. I don't think I'm going to be finding it. Like, I'm not gonna find out what I need to be doing. So... I'm gonna actually check quest log. And, yeah. I can just head back, and then we'll do the replicated mana later. Oops, didn't mean to hit that. The key thing was to... Kidding me. Yeah, that's not too bad. Ah! That's unfortunate. What's the, what's my caps? I think I'm gonna get a armory back at main base. What do you... Oh. There's a really easy way to get in. I mean, it requires getting in, normally. But good to know. I could just do that in the future. However, we are going to fast travel back to Megaton and then report back to Mort. Actually, we're going to sleep so we get XP boost. And then we report back to Mort.
Welcome home, sir.
Hour of sleep.
serve you, Mom?
I wish there were more people like you in the world. I want you to have this. I hope it helps keep you safe.
Well, thank you. And I got ramen steak. Da 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 da. Like every time I come back here, I get another random item. Nice.
Any luck finding out how Rivet City got started?
After a lot of researching, I've got the real history of Rivet City.
Aha! Not just as easy as asking around, was it? Good information takes real work to uncover after all. So, tell me all about it.
It had success as a science station, and people flocked to success.
I guess that's how people are, huh? Show a little initiative and success, and they'll support you enough for real success. Nice work! It must have taken a lot of investigation. Here, for the next time you've got to shine like that. Oh, and I'll let the Rivet City traders know they'll be favorably mentioned in the book. You'll get a discount buying gear from them in the future.
The last part of this chapter is about the library, am I correct?
Yes. Books are where the old world kept its knowledge, and libraries are where it kept the books. And there's supposed to be one in Arlington. See if it's still there, and if you can download records from its computer. Information dumps like those would be invaluable for rebuilding humanity.
Okay, I'll go check. Let's go check out my local library.
Great. The library should be in Old Arlington, not far from downtown. See if you can download the archives from its computer. If you can't get those, then even the card catalog would be useful. Any little piece of information could help the book, and thus humanity.
I have to switch to the barter, so I get a little bit.
Is it there? Are there books? No, I could.
Like, I just want to sell some things.
Of course.
Okay. Oh, I don't have enough. Ah, boy. Ammo. Aha, pre-war money. Still don't have it. To sell, what to sell, what to sell. That'll help at least a little bit. That could be useful. Since it's just not worth much to begin with. A bottle cap mine I can sell for good. And one of the scope ones. And then voila, there goes all of my money. Okay. I am going to... I'm still injured. Oh no, sleeping mends your bones. So I didn't need to get that. Oh well. I've done what I've done. Not too worried. No. Almost up another level. I think I will wrap this up here. We just have one more quest for Mora. then we'll be done with the Wasteland Survival Guide saga. Until next time, I hope you all have a wonderful time. And actually, before I forget, I have a fancy little promo screen to go through. So let's see, is this the right button? This is the right button. Let's start with the beginning one, because it's always out of order. Basically, I made a scene so I can go like, hey, support me on these different things. Namely, first one, you probably are watching on Twitch. If you're not on Twitch, you're on YouTube, or are you on YouTube? But either way, by coming in, watching me on Twitch, it helps. It helps out a ton because but with the ads that get played, yeah, you have to deal with ads, but I get paid a few cents per ad that's seen, and it doesn't really add up quickly because no one really tunes in, but that's just how life is. And largely a case of I'm not very active, just like once a week, if that. Also, funny enough, the ads are about to start. Well, but yeah, just kind of checking in and enjoying the streams via Twitch always supports me and also makes me feel good because I enjoy when people are just there. I enjoy big numbers. And by big numbers, I mean greater than 1. And then with YouTube, you can watch me on Guardian Namek. You can also watch me on Guardian Namek VoDs for the VoDs of the streams. Like this will be going up tomorrow. But on the main channel, you can watch. I have a bunch of edited series. I want to say 7 at this point, but notably, I have Fallout 1. That's all done. Fallout 2, VoD-wise, is all done. Hence why we're playing Fallout 3. However, I'm still working on editing Fallout 2, but it is in progress. And then for some of my older ones, I've done Metal Arms Glitch in the System, which was the first series. Yeah, the first proper series that I recorded, and was during the height of the pandemic, and it was a great time for streaming, not for the living side of things. Also, I've done a playthrough of Regions of Ruin, which was an interesting game. You could also support me on Patreon. There's the free tier, and then there is the paid tier. Paid tier just gives you a little bit more stuff, namely the story reads. Besides that, though, you can still enjoy some of the random art stuff. I also realize ads are going, oh well, it is what it is. But basically, you can enjoy random art stories stuff, basically how I've progressed over drawing a certain character, because there's a lot of characters that I've drawn a lot, like Bull Rusher. One of my recent posts there was talking about how my journey of drawing Bull Rusher has gone, and how I've learned how to draw him better. And then, with being a sub to the Patreon, every so often, I want to say maybe 1 every 3 months, I end up getting around to do a story read. The issue with the story reads is that, one, I want to make sure the story is doing good, so I have to go through, clean it up, whatever. I then want to make it sound good, so I have to be feeling good to record that day. And then also I want to do some form of an anime, I don't know, not like full animation, but like this is this scene, this is this scene, this is this scene, as it gets to that point, which takes a lot of time and also requires me to feel like drawing. So it's that kind of pinnacle of I have to do a bunch of different things while I also have a bunch of other projects that I'm trying to work on, and so not much gets done, sadly. And then, of course, probably the biggest thing for me is I have a game. I've published a game on Google Play. Namely, it's called Phantom Asteroids. It is my first one that I've made, and it's a bullet hell kind of game with upgrades, and some fun weapons to actually utilize. I legitimately, I mean, they are all based off of another game, but I've made them fairly well. And I've kind of gotten to the point where I don't have too much more to add besides ad support so I can get some money. And then the players can like double their rewards at the end of a run. Because no way I'm going to put ads in just to be blockers, just like, hey, watch ad, give me money. I'm going to have ads as an incentive to, hey, watch this ad, it supports me, you get a bunch of extra resources. And then also a proper save system, because I need to learn how to connect it to Google Play to establish a save system. Those are pretty much two big updates that I want to try and do, but that'll take a lot of digging into things. So it's going to be a little while before they get updated. But if you want to, and I would love to appreciate, I'd appreciate it a lot. If you downloaded the game, tried it out, had some fun with it, hopefully, and the biggest thing, let me know. Leave a review, tell me what you like about it, what you think should be added, because if I'm given ideas, if I'm given, cases of like, oh, I would like this thing in the game, I will try and work on that, because it could easily be a simple thing like, oh, I have this tiny idea that's like, would make things so much easier, and it's like, oh, that's a really good idea, and then I can implement. But yeah. And I think that loops, yep, right back to where it should be. And then, if I do that, nope, that's that button. Okay. But we are going to wrap up. I did remember to do at least the promo stuff at the end of it. I meant to do it right as we got to River City. I forgot. But we did it at least before the end of the stream. And probably no one will watch it because I don't think really anyone is paying attention stream-wise. And I doubt anyone's going to stick around with the VoD once it's gone to promo. So, but it is what it is. I had a ton of fun today. Thank you everyone for stopping by who did. I don't know if anyone but Kenzie stopped by, but big thanks to Kenzie who stopped by. And then Kenzie also streams. To be fair, I probably should just put like a link in the VoD. That's probably a good idea. I'm gonna write that down. Yep. Okay. So that way, I can shout them out on the VoD as well. But yeah, I'm gonna call this good. Thank you everyone, and until next week, I hope you all have a wonderful time. Bye-bye! I should probably save before I tab, so I don't have to undo some things when I hit